Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Saturday, the 1st of December 2018, and we're providing our gold and silver weekly update for the week ending the 30th of November. Gold fell $1 last week from $1,223 to $1,222, having hit a high of $1,227 and a low of $1,211. In sterling terms, gold finished the week at £958. That's up £4. And in euros, it closed at €1,079. That's up €1. Silver fell 12 cents from $14.29 to $14.17, having hit a high of $14.43 and a low of $14.06. In sterling terms, it closed at £11.11. That's down 4 pence. And in euros, it closed at 12.52 euros. That's down 0.08 euros. The gold to silver ratio rose from 85.6 to 1 to 86.2 to 1. The Dow Jones closed on Friday at 25,538, up 199 points on the day and up 1,253 points on the week. And the NASDAQ closed at 7,330, up 57 points on the day and up 392 points on the week. And the S&P 500 closed at 2,760, up 22 points on the day and up 128 points on the week. All indices more than reversing their previous week's fall. Brent crude rose 66 cents from $58.80 to $59.46, and US light crude rose 51 cents from $50.42 to $50.93. The dollar index stands at 97.27. That's up 0.36 on the week. We ended last week's video with the words, quote, "A number of conditions are in place to see gold and silver rise, yet those opposing conditions are dominating, and frankly, surplus monies are going into the US dollar, even when stock markets take a slight hammering. Will this trend continue? We think so for a while. It's also worth noting that traditionally gold and silver prices tend to fall in late November, December, and whilst this is not cast in stone, there is little reason to suggest why this may not be so again this year." Unquote. Well, admittedly, this past week has seen little change, save the momentum slightly to the downside. However, both the highs and lows for gold and silver in US dollar terms were lower than the previous week, and this should be noted and followed over the next few weeks. Last week, gold had a slight roller coaster ride, with prices hitting week's lows on Wednesday only to strongly recover again on Jerome Powell's, the Fed chair's, rather dovish statement that interest rates, were close to neutral. However, Friday we could see investors reinvesting in the dollar ahead of the G20 meeting this weekend, particularly the important trade talks between President Trump and China's President Xi. Technical traders, particularly those using daily swing charts, can see some upside if gold prices exceed $12.27, eventually topping out at or around $12.36. And they see downside if it falls below current levels to around $12.13. That's $1,213. Frankly, this is only of use to technical traders dealing in reasonable amounts. For the majority of us who are buying physical, the message is that perhaps there is going to be little serious movement from current levels, though our focus is a little more down than up, especially since the Fed is still potentially determined to raise rates in December, and this is not yet factored in. The COT report shows producers twice short than long, swap dealers 50% more long than short, and managed money almost twice short than long, the latter having reduced their long position and increased their short positions. Silver proved weaker last week than gold. It started once again to head down towards that critical floor $14, and any further dollar strengthening will certainly see it fall below that figure. On the upside, we have resistance at $14.50 and phenomenal resistance of $15. So all of those YouTubers who keep telling you it's about to rise significantly, silver prices that is, frankly, they can just be ignored. Short of the dollar collapsing, there is absolutely no fundamental reason for that to happen. It is solely a dollar play. Nothing is happening industrially to prefer silver above current consumption levels. And so for those of you who want to see silver going above $16 or $17 this year, you had better start taking out your prayer mats, as it's not going to happen. And anyone who tells you differently is either financially illiterate or is trying to deceive you. I don't think we can be more harsh than that. With regards to the dollar index, which has risen again this past week, we simply cannot see it falling below 94.5 and may actually rise close to 100 before the year is out. And this is almost regardless of how good or bad the news is. The COT report for silver is showing producers holding 2.5 times more shorts than longs, swap dealers holding long versus short on a 3-to-2 basis, and managed money being 80% more short than long. So let's take a look at the economic news to be announced this week. On Monday, we have the market manufacturing PMI and ISM manufacturing index for November. On Tuesday, motor vehicle sales. On Wednesday, Q3 productivity figures plus market services PMI and ISM non-manufacturing index. Thursday, we have the trade deficit figures for October, so we shall see how well President Trump's tariff policy is actually panning out. And on Friday, the all-important non-farm payrolls for November, plus consumer sentiment index for November, and consumer credit figures for October. So next week, we should see some movement in the stock market, the dollar, and gold and silver prices. Much emphasis at the beginning of the week will be the effect of the G20 meeting and how analysts assess its outcome. Then later in the week, some important economic data, and especially on Friday. Now for some inner sanctum housekeeping. This evening at 10 p.m. GMT, we have our first Silver Members webinar. Now we have to say in advance that although we have tested the technology, we haven't tested it with more than 5 participants. And tonight we are expecting quite a few more than that. Also, we've had some debate about the webinar software we are using, which is integrated into the website. So you have to sign into the website in order to have access to the webinar. We would like your feedback on this, as if it's positive, great, we shall keep the program we have. But if for any reason it's not that great, then we shall amend the software to a different system. However, we are confident that the content will be good though. Also, the forum on the website will shortly have a new look towards the end of next week. We have listened to users and are making it more user-friendly and searchable. So for those who can, we look forward to your joining us on the webinar this evening. There is a registration link below this video. And those who can't, have a most enjoyable weekend. We hope you have found this video interesting and informative, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Please ensure that you have subscribed to our channel and press the bell sign so that you are notified of any future videos. Also, kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe as a free or paying member for regular email updates and offers. Disclaimer. Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management, and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.